Okay, I'm on page 14 in your lesson book, and we're going to start at the top. And what they're talking about here is that the staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces, and we always count it from the bottom going up. Okay, so the staff, you count the lines from the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, and the spaces 1, 2, 3, 4. You also have the treble clef, and then you have the bass clef. So the treble clef is all the notes that are played from middle C all the way up the piano with your right hand. The bass clef, right here, this is the bass clef, or the bass clef right there, is all the notes from middle C down the piano played with your left hand. Okay? And so this is the grand staff. You have the treble clef and the bass clef, and they combine it with a brace. All the lines and spaces on the staff connect to a note on the key, a key on the keyboard, a white key or a black key. Okay. Now let's move on to page 15. At the very, very top, this is called a time signature. It looks like a fraction, but it's not. The top number is what you want to pay attention to. It tells you how many beats are allowed in each measure. So let's count the measures, count the notes in the measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it just tells me how many beats are allowed in each measure. Now, these little triangles that you see here, that just means it's an accent sign. It just tells you to make the note a little bit louder. And then in here, these numbers in here are just telling you your counts. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The bottom number you don't have to pay attention to. It just tells me that the quarter note gets 1 beat. Okay. Now the top number can change. All right. So down here, this is a 3. So that tells me that each measure is allowed 3 beats. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's the differences in the beats, the sound. So with 4 beats, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With 3, 4 time, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just focus on the top number, and these are time signatures, and those are some of the videos I sent. Okay, so go to page 16. We're going to introduce our very first note. If you look at the very, very top, there's a note that has a line through it. That is called middle C. Okay, middle C is the note right C right in the middle of the piano. Okay, remember C is in front of the 2 black keys. That is this note. Okay, now if you go back to page 14, go back to page 14 and look right there. This note right here looks like a planet. It's hovering in between the bass clef and the treble clef. That is middle C. Okay, that is the C on the piano. Okay, middle C can be a whole note, a half note, a quarter note. Okay, this is so if you look right here, look real closely. These are all middle C's. These are all little planets. Okay, the only difference is that a quarter note, middle C, is going to be held for 1 beat. 1 beat. Middle C here, hold it down for 2 counts. 1, 2. Over here, 1, 1, 1, 2. C2, 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 3, 4. So these are all C's, okay? And the only difference is that how long do you hold them out? And C, it has a little line through it, okay? The other thing, MF, mezzo forte, that just tells you medium loud. Not too loud, not too soft. It's just in between. Okay. Mezzo forte is another dynamic. Okay. Another thing I want to point out is a number in a box tells me what measure I'm at. So this is measure 5. So instead of me going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I tell you to start at a certain number, it's usually going to be a number in a box. It's just telling me where to start. Okay. So middle C can be played by your right thumb, or it can be played by your left thumb. Okay, this is how we know the difference on when is it played with the right thumb or the left thumb. So go back to page 16, okay, and look real closely. Let's get a little bit closer. If the middle C is close to the treble clef, the right hand plays it. The right hand plays it. You see the stem is up, the right hand plays it. If the middle C, let's go down to measure 5, if the middle C is close to the bass clef, the left hand plays middle C. Okay, the left hand plays middle C. So let's start it here at the beginning, at the top. Let me zoom out. So let's start with the right hand. Now let's look at these numbers up here. Remember I told you do not ignore numbers above or below the staff. These numbers up here are going to tell me what finger to use. So these are all middle C's, okay? But the first measure, finger 1, plays C, C, C. Measure 2, you see a number 2, move my number 2 finger to C, 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 C. Over here is a 3, move my number 3 finger to C, C, C. Last one, number 2, move my number 2 finger back to C. So let me do it on the keyboard. You start out with your first finger, C, C, C. Okay, let's do that. Let me zoom it out. So we start out with C, 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 first finger. Then on here, they want you to move number 2. So just slide your number 2 finger to C, 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 C. And then it says number 3. So slide your number 3 finger to C, C, C. And then the last one, move your number 2, slide it to C. Okay, so you're just sliding 1, 2, 3, but you're all playing middle C. Okay, so you may want to rewind it to do that again if I went too fast. But let's move on to measure 5, left hand. And like I said, if middle C is close to the bass clef, left hand now plays. And we still have these numbers here, so they want you to shift your fingers, but it's all middle C. Okay, so now I'm going to get my left hand, okay, and I'm going to put it on middle C, okay, and my middle C is right here. So start with number 1, C, 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 left hand. Now there's a number 2, move your number 2 finger, C, C, C. Over here it says number 3, C, C, and then here it says move back to finger 2. So like I said, these are all middle C's. And the reason why I'm playing with my left hand is because it's close to the bass clef. Okay? At the beginning, it was close to the treble clef. So the right hand plays. These numbers up here just tell me what finger, which one of these fingers are going to be on middle C. The last thing that you want to see on this page is the dynamics. Play it soft, medium loud, loud. Left hand, soft, medium loud, loud. Okay, so I'm going to do this one, the right hand. Okay, so I put my hand in position, first finger soft. Next measure, move number 2 finger over, a little bit louder. Next measure, move finger 3 over. 1, 2, 1, 2. Come back to finger 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just increase your intensity as you go. Left hand, because middle C is close to the left hand, put my finger 1 there. Soft, C, C, C. Move over to 2, a little bit louder. Last one, loud, loud. Come back to 2. So you're just shifting your fingers. So we talked about middle C. It hovers in the middle and has a little line through it. It is C. Now get your right hand, put your first finger on middle C, line up your fingers. C, D, E, F, G. Again, C, D, E, F, G. Now play C and play G. Play C, play G. Play C again, play G. This note right here is our new note. on page 17. So go to page 17, go to the top. So you have middle C that we just learned. Now, if we count the lines, one, two, this is G. And you just did that. You did C and G. So now you're looking at where are these notes in placement? If it's a planet, middle C. Second line is G. Okay. So let's look at it. First measure is where you can actually write in your hand position. Right hand, first finger on C. So I would write a C in there. Your pinky, number 5 finger, should be on G. Okay. So get your hands in position, first finger on C. Okay. Line them up. Your pinky should be on G. Now play C, C, G. Let's keep going. Now they're on top of each other. C and G are on top of each other. So you play them at the same time, like this. At the same time, C and G. Okay. Um, when you see numbers stacked on top of each other, like I said before, bottom number goes with bottom note. So number 1 with middle C. Top number goes with top note. Pinky with G. Okay. So let me zoom out and let's say these notes. C, C, G. C and G. G, G, C, C, G. C and G. G, G, C, C, G, G, C, C and G, C and G, both play those together. Okay. C and G, C and G. Okay. So you're only going to do these two notes, C or G. Okay. So on the piano, you're either doing C or G or together. Okay. Now you may want to rewind the video and kind of do that again before we move on to this last part. We're going to play it together. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. C, C, G, C and G. G, G, C, C, G, C and G. G, G, C, C, G, G, C. C and G, C and G, C and G, C and G. So let me just review really quick. You're only doing 2 notes. Okay, at the top, you have the planet, that's middle C. And if all your fingers are lined up, your pinky should be on G. Second line is G. Okay, so all you need to do is practice page 16 and 17. You're doing middle C and G. All right, bye.